Hold on.
Just the way they're being competitive, man. I don't like the
Wait,
fact
what?
that they're. Have you
Wait,
seen the
they've been
by
on like a.
competitive?
Haven't they been like on a
They've been on a
three-game losing
major
streak?
losing streak, but dude, if you
Like,
have to look at those games are not blowouts. Those games are either they
wasn't
collapse within the last 2 minutes of the game,
and then get
or they're
blown out?
taking it down.
Because I'm pretty sure the Laker loss was a 10 to 15 point loss.
Oh, that was on.
Actually, I'll look it up. Hold
That
on.
was. I think it was. What is it? 7 points.
The Magic versus
That
the
Warrior
Warriors
game
game
was
was a 6 point loss, but
impressive.
the Laker one. Oh, my bad. It was only nine. It was only nine points.
Yeah, like they're not, getting like just demolished by teams. They're losing either in the last like 3 minutes of a game, or they're just barely losing. Like Kevin Durant hit a clutch shot to beat them when they were playing at Oklahoma City. It took Steph and the Warriors' best effort to close them out. The Lakers, they just played a better game. They had more young talent. And I really don't know what happened there. I think D'Angelo was finally caught
Well,
fire, so
D'Angelo's
we're definitely going to
freed.
talk about
He's not
definitely
a
going to talk about
buzzkin.
so we're definitely going to talk about that. So um, I don't want to start there. Let's save that for
Yeah. I just
the
got
end of
thrown
the
off.
podcast. Let's go and let's go ahead and
Okay.
start with
So,
the draft. I'm kidding.
I mean, we could talk about it, but
We're definitely going to talk about that. Let's go ahead and start with the playoff push.
okay. So, Eastern Conference, as everybody knows, Cavs are sitting at the top, but it's not all the way locked up like, say, the Warriors for number one, or, well, actually, one or two, since the Spurs are, again, being kind of slept on with their amazing season, but the Cavs are only 2 games ahead of the Raptors, and my Celtics, who thankfully got their 14-game home winning streak, are sitting nice in third, 1 game above the Heat for fourth, 12 Kyle's Hawks for
That is
fifth.
insane.
What's up?
That's just insane, man. Celtics are third best team. What the hell? Brad Stevens, man.
President Steve is man. I love that
You
man.
know what's crazy is that next year, if they get that draft pick, I think
Whoo!
that loss, like they're sitting at 26 losses, I think they're gonna cut that losses probably in half.
I don't know about half, but I think it's definitely like the improvement from the first tank year to last year, and now this year they're already gonna
The Cavaliers
definitely
have
eclipse.
18 losses. I
Right.
think they can get 18 losses.
Yeah, I think that's possible.
I
Um,
think they can match 4 and 18 by this time next year if they get a good player in the draft.
it only gets better. All right. 12 Kyle's Hawks at fifth seed. And again, the East is very cluttered right now. The Hornets, who are making me eat crow from a couple podcasts ago.
Told you.
Um, Matt Moore, Hardwood Paroxysm, was saying that he thinks that this team is doing better than they should. I agreed. He said it's like when they look in the mirror, they're going to be realizing, oh, I think it was a some self-realization reality check or some joke in there. It's in a Eyes on Basketball podcast, but they are Kemba Walker. I thought he had a good season last season, but I think he's even building upon that further, and he's showing to be the another underrated point guard. Pacers are the seventh seed, and they're not bad, but it's not as dominant as people probably predicted them to be.
I'm in love with them. I think they're solid.
Yeah,
I like Paul George a lot.
yeah, like
Um,
I just thought they'd be a
they
little.
should at least be sitting at 5 for me.
I
The
would think
Hawks,
so.
which what's the game differential between those two? What was it? 34 wins to 36 wins. I think they can
Yeah,
catch
the Hawks are only ahead by 2 games.
the
Uh,
Hawks. Yeah, the Hawks will. I think the Hawks will probably bump down to 7 by the time this is all over.
their defense is they got the number. Sadly, my Celtics don't have the number 2 defense efficiency anymore. They're down to fourth, but the Hawks have the number 2. Their defense has picked up a lot. I don't know. I think
It
they're trying to
has.
sustain.
I think they're overachieving.
Maybe, but Paul Millsap is a stud. Um, the Bulls are barely holding off BZ 430's Pistons right now for that eighth spot, and
This is going to get this, but I think the Bulls missed the playoffs.
I think they should, and I think also that they should let Powell walk or should have traded him, but
Mm-hmm.
that doesn't seem to be the case, and he really is strongly considering re-signing with the
What's
Bulls as well.
interesting is the fact that the Wizards and Pistons might end up in the playoffs.
They could, but I put my money on the Pistons before the Wizards.
I would
Unfortunately,
too. Just the fact that I think the Wizards are coming off of a crazy loss. Good ass game in Portland last night.
Dame
Dame
Lillard,
Lillard dropped
yo,
41.
Dame Lillard. All right, shout out to 12 Kyle because he called us and I backed him up on it. And I tweet him this constantly because Dame put up a stat that he put him in the conversation, put him in company with Oscar Robertson, LeBron James. I think it was like scoring 1,500 points and 400 assists. I can't remember in his first 4 seasons straight or something like that. It was just an amazing stat that honestly justifies him being a top 5 point guard, and you could possibly have the conversation about Dame being better than John Wall.
I've always said people were asleep. I said for seasons. I said for seasons that Dame Lillard is coming, and I've said for seasons that people need to recognize that in my opinion, he's the most clutch player in the NBA.
Yeah.
To me, he's the most clutch player in the NBA.
He's one of the top clutch players.
Yeah, like the argument is for me he's the most, but there's no arguing if that he's one of, because it's either him, Katie, or Steph, and that's just the conversation.
Yeah, I agree with that.
And I'm gonna come out and say it right now, Terry Stotts is my coach of the year.
It's between him and Brad for me.
I'm gonna tell you why.
I understand why, because everyone thought Portland was gonna be a lot of team, and I agree.
Thought they were sitting at the 13th seed, 14th, 15th seed. I think they were sitting.
It's in the Dead End Sports video that they thought they're gonna be a lottery team. I think that was BZ who said
this is over. I said no. This is so done. Nah, bro. Nah. Terry Stotts said, what we're gonna do is we gonna run guard ball. We gonna run the 2-guard system. And when we gonna ball out, when we gonna shoot from the perimeter, we gonna shoot the lights out.
Well,
and
they've improved their defense as well now lately.
They have Ed Davis. I think Ed Davis is a good defensive player.
He's underrated.
Very underrated. I like him.
Lakers missed out on him.
Plumlee, I like him.
He's athletic.
Just as like a nice cog in the middle. They have a bunch of weird pieces like Vonleh, and Gerald Henderson's playing really good for them.
Henderson I like better than Vonleh. Vonleh I feel is a little bit of bust.
Yeah, MJ messed up, man. And MJ proceeds to go and take Frank the Tank instead of just... Never mind, I'm not going to talk about it. Anyway.
I think Frank the Tank's better than Noah Vonleh.
But we'll get to the West, definitely. But the East, I guess we should analyze each So...
teams that we can say bye.
Let's go with the top 8 seeds first. Let's give where they're sitting at, what we think about them, what's wrong with them, what's a lot right with them. So let's start with the Cavaliers, and I'm gonna ask you. I'm gonna let you go.
Okay.
It's been about a month and some change, 2 months maybe since they fired Blatt.
Yeah.
A month and some change, 2 months almost, and. Personally, I haven't seen a lot of change in the way that they play. Still a lot of ISOs. They run the floor a lot more.
Yeah.
But what do you think is right with them? Do you think they have an identity? If they do, what is their identity? And what's wrong with them? And where do you see this season ending for them?
All right, I'm gonna say this. Ken, I agree with what he said about Lou ain't shit. I don't think he's a bad coach, but to be fair to him, he's an interim coach, and there's just... It's not an easy situation, because I wouldn't want to be in that situation with Cleveland, with dealing with LeBron James trying to muster his way to a title, while meanwhile we have a team trying to break the 72-10 Bulls record. I mean, no, I wouldn't want to be there. But I think if you had to say they had an identity, it'd be a lot of iso ball, and
Their ISO ball.
it's a lot. Like I during the
They're like an
Cavs,
early 2000s team.
a little bit because they rely so much on scoring from their quote unquote big three, and even then, Kevin Love, again, he's posting up a little bit more, but it's not a whole significant difference. I tweeted a stat to Ken some weeks ago about the winning percentage being no significant difference from David Blatt or the win shares, and it's like there's no significant difference. I don't think the problem was the coach, and I that's why we said we don't think it was justified by any means. And I think the win shares had Blatt at a slightly better percentage than Lou is, at least right now. Again, it's a small sample, but um, their biggest problem is like their point guard or quote unquote budding. Yes, I call Kyrie a budding star because yes, he can put up ridiculous numbers, but I don't see him. I'd put it this way: I will take Isaiah Thomas over Kyrie. Yes, I'm a Celtics fan. Yes, he's on the Celtics, but the efficiency. What's that?
I can't do it. But
The assists and the full definition of being a point guard. Kyrie is a shooting guard to me. He plays like a shooting guard.
all right,
He doesn't assist as much as I think he should or necessarily. I don't know if it's because of the way the setup. I think he probably had more assists before LeBron came to Cleveland, and now LeBron being so ball dominant.
let's
Is what
unpack that. I think we should unpack this assessment.
I think this whole when LeBron came to Cleveland, it impacted. Well, I guess everything that was on that team, obviously, but like the way Kyrie, because he's still young. He's what 23, 24.
Wherever he is, I think he's 23 years old. Let me check. But go ahead.
He's still young. He plays point guard, but he literally plays like I think you
20.
did a comparison to Dwayne Wade, and
He has a birthday in a couple days.
he just when I see him play again, it's these long ball possessions of him holding the ball, waiting for I guess the play to set up, and to either strike, slash, or shoot a three.
Well,
And the
let's
dude can
unpack
score. The dude can
Let's
score, no
unpack
question.
We have to unpack this assessment.
Okay.
I get where you're coming from. I'm not gonna spaz on you like Ken or FIFA would. What? I'm not gonna do that because I understand exactly what you're talking about. Like, oh my god, you're crazy. I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna accept this point. But I'm gonna make this point.
Okay.
Who is the coach of the Boston Celtics?
Brad Stevens.
Brad Stevens. I consider him a top 5 coach, almost top 3 in my opinion.
I agree.
This season, I think he's top 3. I think he's better than Doc. I think he's better.
I agree.
I think he's better than Carlisle this season.
I
I think he's better.
could maybe.
This season, I think he's like to me. The rosters are almost similar.
I don't know
What
about.
they-
I don't know about that.
What, you
The
have-
Dallas
you have
Mavericks are
Isaiah
much older.
Thomas, you have Isaiah Thomas,
Yeah.
and you have Darren Williams.
Well, the Celtics are a lot younger.
I don't think on any other team those two are doing what they're doing without the wisdom of the coach that they have.
Yeah.
I don't think Isaiah Thomas is an all-star if he's, you know, playing for the Nuggets right now. That's not
The reason why I said I picked Isaiah over Kyrie, there's an old comparison video on B-Ball Breakdown some years ago. This was back when Isaiah was with the Kings, and Kyrie actually responded to them for this. Is that this was back before LeBron was even there, when Kyrie was basically the guy that defenses could prepare for him all the time because they knew though he was going to have the ball, so that's why the numbers would skew or the results. There's a video of a breakdown comparing the two and making the case Isaiah was a better overall point guard player. But go on.
All right, so my point is the coaches that Kyrie has had, if I'm not mistaken, it's been Mike Brown.
Yeah,
It's
Mike
been
Brown.
Byron Scott, correct?
Now Byron, yeah, it was Byron Scott, not Mike Brown. It was Byron Scott.
Didn't he have Mike for a couple seasons?
I thought Mike Brown was gone.
I
Not
think
too
he had
long
Mike
after
Brown.
LeBron left.
Yeah, I know, but remember they brought Mike Brown back after he got fired from LA?
Oh, I forgot that then.
Yeah, you remember? Yeah, no one remembers that a year that Kyrie had. It was Byron Scott. It was
I remember
Mike Brown,
Byron Scott. Yeah.
and he had David Blatt, and now he has Tyronn Lue. Okay,
Yeah.
So here's my point.
The coach.
The I'm not gonna put it all on the coach, but here's my point: is that coaching has a lot to do with what Kyrie is doing.
Yep.
Coaching
Okay. That's
has
fair.
so much to do with the type of temperament he has as a player, his awareness on the court, what he's asked to do, what he's instinctually doing, and what he can be taught to do. That's what coaching is all about. You have to teach certain guys how to facilitate. You have to teach certain guys how to be more aware of the players that are open. You have to teach them to use their abilities like Kyrie to be a slasher and to get to the basket, to drive and kick more. I think Kyrie would have a lot of more assists if he just looked out sometimes. But the
Yes.
problem is the fact that he's so much faster than a lot of guards in the league outside of Westbrook, Wall,
Isaiah.
Isaiah can keep up with him.
Dame.
I don't know if he can lock him down. I don't think Dame can lock Kyrie down. I think they usually just let each other go because they both don't play a lot of defense.
That's another
Um,
big deal too.
yeah, and that's the problem. I think that Kyrie, the way that what he's asked to do is be the guy who scores to let LeBron James rest,
Kind of
and
like a
that's the
Mello.
reason why. Yeah, like that's the reason why that all these reports are coming out that they have on-court chemistry problems. If
Yeah.
Kyrie Irving just had him, maybe get him like, dude, give me Kyrie Irving. I'm gonna just give you a random scenario. Give me Kyrie Irving and give me Blake Griffin. I think those two players can't play together because they both demand the ball so much. But if you give me a nice cog like, oh, Kyrie on a team like the Blazers, I think we're seeing, think we see the same effect because Kyrie has more people to distribute to. He has guys who are going to rebound out the ass for him,
He would
and
then have to, because then he'd be in like Dame's situation. Because then
be in
he
Dame's
can't. He can't.
situation
Because even though Dame's gonna
now.
score, he knows. Well, I again, your coaching point is valid. I just don't know if Kyrie is like looking to pass the ball as much as
Yeah,
Dame does.
he's definitely not. But I think he has the ability to. I mean, if you play under Krzyzewski,
Yeah,
then you have to be a team player. You have to be someone who can take
that's the
great
crazy part.
coaching.
That's the crazy part. Going from what he did in Duke and now what's happening in Cleveland, it's like totally changed like the
And
makeup.
and that's what I'm saying is that coaching has everything to do with it. Coaching has everything to do with his development. And you can't have Byron Scott, Mike Brown, David Blatt,
Ugh.
Tyronn Lue, and like, dude, that is might be the worst consecutive coaches any star player has ever had. At least AI got,
Larry,
at least,
Larry.
at least my man AI got Larry Brown, man. At least he got Larry for those years. It's got him to the finals. We saw what happens, and that's why I say that the Cleveland Cavaliers are like a early
Early
2000s team.
2000s team.
They they remind me of the Sixers when I see them play.
I know, I see
I
what you mean.
No, they remind me of the AI Sixers when I see them play. I've seen this movie 1,000 times. It's, oh my god, we can't get inside. Oh man, no one's making shots on the outside. All right, just get the ball to Allen and let him go. All right, everyone ISO, clear out.
Right,
Take it to the basket,
right.
get fouled. Yes, he might get the points, but it kills the momentum. It kills the flow of the offense.
The rhythm,
So
right, yeah.
yes, like the flow and the rhythm of the offense is so important to teams going down the stretch. So when I look at the Cleveland Cavaliers, I'm I have all the red flags in the world. I'm waving all of them. I'm
Hmm.
pressing all the red buttons because this is a panic situation. Because I don't see this team gelling. I see this team that is emotionally and just psychologically weak. J.R. Smith has one bad game and he goes on. He's like, man, we gotta fix this, man. We gotta really look at ourselves and
Well,
just ask ourselves
to,
if we a good team or we losers. Bro, shut up, bro. You
well,
just went on of like a 3 or 4 game win streak. You have
the,
one terrible game and you already blaming it on the team.
well,
What
to
type
put
of
that
shit is that?
well, to put that into context, that was the Wizards game where LeBron sat, and that
Yeah, it's
Cavs
like
team got blown out by the Wizards.
It's like, bro, you should know this by now. You should know that LeBron James is your team. He is
Hmm.
Cleveland. He
The
is
stats
the
show it.
Cavaliers.
The stats show
So
the offense rating goes down when LeBron doesn't play.
yes,
The defense rating goes down.
yes,
Everything goes down
because
dramatically.
he's the glue. He is the glue that affects all in that team. So for you to be like, man, we gotta look at ourselves, man. No, bro, just know that when LeBron is healthy, everything's gonna be fine. And y'all will be able to compete. But here's the problem: when LeBron is able to compete, he's liable to affect the flow of the game. And you've seen it. You've seen that when Love and Kyrie and LeBron aren't clicking, it's a problem. But I hate this team.
Yeah.
I'm not even gonna sugarcoat it for all. I'm not even trying to be non-biased because I am. I don't like the fact that LeBron James left Miami. I think he's looking stupid for leaving Miami because he thinks, oh man, hey, I'm leaving, you know, a broken down D Wade to go give me a nice new piece in
Broken down.
Kyrie and Kevin Love, who's, by the way, both of them broke down. You look like an idiot.
They've broken down more, and D Wade
They
looks
broke it
he is showing
down.
flashes of rookie season.
They've broken down, dude. So how
Like
do you
Kevin Love
feel?
hurt his right, he
So
hurt his leg tonight against the Kings.
yeah, like come on now. And oh man, Wade is so unreliable. Kyrie be sitting out every couple games because he might have slipped on a banana peel. Who knows what happens when Kyrie can go?
Like
Kyrie is liable to trip on a pillow and break his kneecap. Like no one knows
bed
what's gonna
bugs.
happen to that man.
Here's the thing about the Cavs. Their pace, I think, is like bottom 5 in the league. And if a team can dictate their own pace on the
Oh,
Cavs, you can beat. Look, here's my example.
Warriors.
Oh yes, but here's my other example. Like yes, like the Warriors blew them out by almost 40. The Kings are doing it right now. It's 94-92 in the fourth quarter. The Kings are like putting up a fight against these Cavs.
How much time?
It's the fourth quarter and it's I think 8 minutes to go.
See, here's the thing, though, and I don't want to spend too much time on Cleveland. The reason why I say
Oh,
I don't like this team is because I don't like the way that it was constructed. I don't like the way that they rushed it, and I don't like the way that I don't like Kevin Love. Dude. I just don't like him in
but he's
Cleveland.
not he doesn't fit what they're with
He's
whatever
not
it is they're
like he
doing.
needs to be up at the top of the key shooting threes. He needs to be down low banging.
Oh, he
That's
needs
what he
to
needs to
move
do.
more instead of just sitting in a spot the whole time
I
waiting
just
for.
I just hate it. I just hate it.
Yeah,
He's not a Bosch. Bosch willingly took the third wheel.
it's a problem, and that's why their pace is so low. Like they play such slow ball. But see the difference between them and say the Spurs is the Spurs move the ball hell of a lot more. So their pace may be slower, but they're taking their time to get the right shot.
Oh
So
yeah, and we gonna talk about the Spurs.
oh yeah.
Um,
But
so
moving on.
man,
That's why I said the Raptors back some weeks ago. I said the Raptors could take the number one seed. They are
Rap-
playing great basketball.
Raptors. Very quickly. I'm gonna give you my thoughts on Raptors. I'm gonna let you go. My thoughts on the Raptors. I love Kyle Lowry. Um, very gun shy on DeMar DeRozan. I think he's great sometimes. I really do. But most of the time, I'm not in love with his game. He does some good dunks here and there.
He
But
loves to
I will say
drive.
this. I will say this. Dwayne Casey has improved his coaching, and I will give
I
him his
don't. Has
props.
he? Has he?
I think he has. I really think he has. And the GM, whoever the GM of the
Masai
Raptors are, I
Ujiri.
really don't know who it is.
Masai
But
Ujiri.
yeah, bro, he's done a fantastic job.
Oh, he's a
He's
very good GM.
signing Corey Joseph. Um,
That was a steal.
that was incredible. That was an incredible signing. Win a ring and bring it home like Corey Joe. Shout out Drake. You know what I'm saying? Like it's the fact that Biombo, he's being a breakout player. I love his defensive tenacity. There's one more player like Scola.
He can't.
Scola, that's gonna be a piece in the
Well,
playoffs.
he should be when Damari Carroll comes back. He'll be more effective.
Yeah, and Carroll, we forget that Carroll's been hurt, but
That's the thing. This is like the thing with Blake Griffin and the Clippers. We don't know if it's going to be positive or negative effect
I
when he
think
comes
it's gonna be
back.
positive because I
I would
think that
hope
they're
so.
gonna have who would they play? The Heat.
they lost to the Rockets and they lost to
Because they're playing what? No, I mean like in a playoff scenario. What do we
oh
have?
right now currently if the playoffs started
We
today
have
it'd be the
Raptors and
Pacers.
Pacers.
It'd be the Pacers.
That would actually be good. They
It'd
would
be
need they would need Carroll to put defense on Paul George. They would need that. So I think they would help him.
they would because
Definitely
they
need that.
don't really have well unless
So what do
Terrence
you have
Ross.
for
Hmm.
their ceiling? And let me get your thoughts on them.
Raptors.
My ceiling, I have them. If everything goes right, I have them. I have them a game away from the Eastern Conference Finals. I think they lose second round.
Unfortunately for them, their history has always been a first round exit. So they have to prove it that they're not a first round exit again because they're like the it's sad to say, but they're kind of like the Peyton Manning
Damn,
example
damn.
in the like they have a great regular season. They show they're like a dominant in the regular season, then the playoffs come and they first round exit, and it's been happening, and that's why if the rumors are talking about, well, what if they do a first round exit again? Does Dwayne Casey get fired? And people are like, well, he might. And it's like crazy to say that, but it's like they like you said before, Q, like their ceiling. If they can't get over it, something's got to change.
If Marvin Lewis can get 10 years in Cincinnati, give me Casey in the next 3 years. I'm sorry.
That's fair. So I think if they can prove that they're not a first round exit, I think they have the potential to go to the Eastern Conference Finals.
Hmm.
I think personally I view them more as a more capable one seed than the Cavs because they play a lot better basketball in my opinion. But again, it's the biggest thing is just getting over that first round hump and getting over that big mentality thing. If they can do that, then we can say, okay, breathe. The Raptors are now showing improvement.
Yes, indeed. All right, let's go to our third team, the Boston Celtics. I think the Boston
Yeah,
Celtics.
yeah, yeah, man. Yeah. This is
I don't have much to say. I can't circle jerk to Brad Stevens much more. I think they are. I think they're a great coach team. I like the
there.
pieces. I hope they take Okafor this offseason. Hope they
Yeah,
land a pick because
we'll
that would
see.
mean that the Laker pick is pushed down. I hope the Nets get top two. Um,
We're hoping for that lottery night.
what happens, man?
I
Hope
I
y'all
mean,
traded. Hope y'all traded to us all. Also, I'll definitely take that. But their
yeah.
ceiling.
I think is an Eastern Conference Finals.
You think so?
I
I
think
think
there's
so.
absolute ceiling. Their absolute ceiling.
Absolute ceiling. I say they're one game away from the. I think they lose one game away
Because
from it. I think.
I'll put it like this: I don't expect them to make the finals. If they get past the first round, that's still an improvement to me, and I'm happy with that because
I'll tell you right.
again,
I'll tell you right now. Coaching has such a big. This coaching has such a big effect
it really is,
on the
and
playoff.
I see it with this team, and it's like I feel like we have like the
Right.
Spurs locked up Pop. I feel like we locked up our Pop.
I think. I just the way I feel about this team is I feel like this is maybe that Marbury last Ewing year Knicks team that no one ever saw coming to the finals.
That was a lockout year, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think it was, but that was that Marbury Spreewell year with with Ewing on like his last leg. This was his last ride, and he got to the like finals and got spanked by the Spurs.
Yeah.
I think that could happen with the Celtics. I'm not saying that they would get spanked, but I mean,
They'll they'll scrap. They will.
they would
They
definitely
will.
scrap.
You can't underestimate them because the
I
thing is
don't
they're gonna
underestimate Brad
fight.
Stevens. That's why I'm saying if they
No, no,
got to the
no,
finals, I wouldn't be like, yo, this is out of nowhere. No, I'd be like, yo, Brad Stevens is an incredible coach.
yeah, like I it's the thing is the thing that I caught up on is like they have a lot. I think close to 7 players averaging double-digit points, and that hasn't been something seen since like the Bill Russell Celtics. So that's like a big deal how like that team basketball identity has enveloped the team. So it's really really great to watch and to see them like when they're all like clicking on all cylinders. Like they really, that's why they showed up and they came back and beat the Cavs. Like they almost beat the Spurs. They almost beat the Warriors. Like they literally have a shot. People, yeah, but they still lost. But they still lost. Yeah, okay, it's a young team, sure. But the thing is, you can't fully count them out either. Like you can't just say, "Oh, they'll still sweep them." No, they will fight you to the last game, last second until it rings. So I think they're a team that could possibly underestimated and be slept on. I think they're a little dark horse to make some noise. People are gonna undervalue or underrate them, and I can see why. But I think that'd be unfair to do at the same time. So, um, well, I think they make the second round. That's my hope for the minimum. I think their absolute ceiling is pushing for the Eastern Conference Finals and giving Cleveland a push. Other than that, it's been a great season for them. Period.
Yes, indeed. I think they are one game away. I think they lose one game before the Eastern Conference Finals, and they make it the second round. And then next year will be the Eastern Conference Finals year if they can get a superstar in the free agency and get a player in the draft and make some moves, either trading that player or keeping them. So yeah, that's my take on the Celtics.
Stuff will happen.
Let's go Heat real quick. 2 minutes, dos Heat. I hate that shit. I fucking hate that shit. Like, oh
Bosh
God,
might be-
watching all those Miami games. I remember every 2 minutes that guy would say that. So I don't know why. It's just Heat, man. I'm gonna just go in for it. It's like I
Go ahead.
really like this team and I really hate it at the same time because I watch it and I'm just like, LeBron, you're a dumbass. Like as much as I love LeBron, but just oh my God, you're stupid for going. Like you're just so dumb. I'm coming home. Get the fuck out of here. Anyway, yeah,
Not
man,
one,
I
not
like
two.
this team a lot. I like Joe Johnson acquisition. That was a
That
major
was
key. It's
yeah.
a major key from Pat Riley.
LeBron's salty from that one.
Yeah, he's definitely mad about that. Pat Riley, like, how my ass days, LeBron. I just love it. D Wade is back. I think D Wade, when he dropped those 10 pounds, he looks like he's
getting the rest in the
24
off season.
Yeah, he's 24 again. Like he looks like he's 24 again. He's soaring to the rack. He's getting dunks I haven't seen him do since maybe
like
2010.
Pre 06.
Like, dude, like it's ridiculous. Last time I seen D Wade look this spry was 2010, and that was when they were tanking for LeBron. Like, like it's crazy. I think we have an update on Bosch. I've read on Real GM that he's working out with the training staff, trying to get ready to go.
But he's still on blood thinners.
He's still on the blood thinners, but I think it's not as severe of a clot as it was last time. It was in season ending. I think if he misses anything, I think if he misses any time, it might be a couple games in the first round or the entire first round. But if they can win a series, which I think they could, who are they going to play? Would they play the
they're 4, so they would play the Hawks.
I think they would beat the Hawks' ass. I'm sorry.
I think it'd be an interesting fight.
I think it would be 6 games. I think the Hawks can't handle Whiteside.
That's a big problem. He's actually starting to improve
off the bench.
All
pun intended.
Yeah, no, literally, right? He's literally. I don't know if Spurs should have found this out or they found a way to improve it so when he's on the defense he's starting to improve the overall defensive efficiency to a degree. It's not complete, but there's still some holes, but he's starting to get better at that. But
yes, indeed.
The dude, nobody's doing it with blocks.
Yeah, I mean, 20 and 20 off the bench, you're going. It's going crazy. So I'm gonna give you my very very quick thoughts on this. What do I think their ceiling is? I think if all else is right, I have them Eastern Conference Finals. If Bosch comes back, if Joe Johnson clicks like he's clicking right now, if D-Wade can give me a healthy game, if Dragic can go crazy in the playoffs, which I think he will, I think he'll live in the moment. I think all those years in Phoenix, year in Houston, all that stuff, I think he's realized that Miami's my home now. They didn't trade me for Horford and
Yeah,
what's his name. They showed me a vote of confidence. So
yeah.
I'm gonna pay them back by giving my all. And I think he could abuse that matchup with Teague. And I think Whiteside would abuse his matchup with Horford. And I think the Hawks they're still a little nipped by injuries, bugs. But I would have them in the Eastern Conference Finals, and I think they could possibly win it if everything goes right. And by everything goes right, I mean Gerald Green is actually shooting good from three.
No, he
Uh,
lost his minutes to Joe Johnson.
yeah, if Joe Johnson can come up clutch, which I think Joe Johnson's still one of the most clutch veterans in the league. Um, I think they have a
Well,
real
but
chance to. They have a real finals chance. They have as much a finals chance to me as teams like Toronto and Boston do. And that's a good chance because to me Cleveland is not locked up. Cleveland is not
I
a
agree with
it's
that.
not a
I
lock.
agree. I agree. Um, my only qualm with the Heat is if Bosh is healthy. Okay, how does he
Yeah.
fit with a Joe Johnson on the floor? Because the big problem for this whole season for them was Dragic and Wade meshing. Because Wade's been so ball dominant, and Dragic hasn't been able to get his double doubles with assists, and it has been able to facilitate as much. He's in better shape now, and he said he's feeling more like himself. So it's they're starting to improve. They did lose to the Bucks tonight.
Who,
Um,
Miami?
yeah. So
They
thank you.
they've had trouble. I'm gonna tell you two teams that Miami's had trouble with these last couple of years. Ain't gonna be so surprised. They've had trouble with the Sixers and they've had trouble with the Bucks.
Yeah, because the Sixers almost beat them the other
The
night.
Sixers always almost beat Miami, and we beat them. I think to get our first couple of wins of the season this season too. We always
Yeah.
play them tough because I don't know what it is. I think it was about the Heat kind of embarrassed us when they got to the finals the first year, and I think they
Mm,
swept us 4-0. I stopped while watching that shit because I was like LeBron's gonna beat our ass. But anyway.
mm,
Um,
yeah. Uh,
they basically embarrassed us. So I was just like, I'm not gonna watch this anymore. But for some reason, I think that we, as an organization, just take it out on them. We're like, you're not gonna come in here anymore. We're not gonna go to your house and just take this ass beating and then just go along. Wait, no, we're gonna play you tough. It's like the Celtics do to the entire league. Is what we do to the Heat for some reason.
um, that's my one qualm about the Heat is if Bosch comes back, how does he fit? And if not, then maybe it definitely clears up more touches for everybody else, assuming everything goes well with Dragic being able to facilitate. Their defense is very good, but it
Who's their backup
it's
point guard? They don't
I mean
have one, right? Because Udra's out for the season. They voided his contract, right?
yeah, they waived him. Let me see.
That's crazy. They should
It
definitely
was some shady shit. I know that much.
take a
Um,
flyer on what's his name? They should have definitely taken a flyer on
oh, maybe it's does Josh Richardson play point guard?
Kenny?
What's
Because
his
it's
position?
Dragic and somebody.
Is he? He's a shooting guard, but can he play point guard?
But they should have
Maybe.
definitely taken a flyer on Ish Smith this season. I don't know why they didn't do that.
Oh, that's right. Luol Deng is still on that team. That's right.
What?
I forgot Luol Deng is getting more minutes because Bosch is out.
Yeah, and McBob is also getting them too.
Yeah, and apparently he can shoot threes and pass.
I mean, I'm saying I like the team.
I don't know. There's some quips, but they can definitely, I think, make the second round. But moving on, Hawks.
I don't have much to say. I think they're a
Uh,
first round exit. I don't have much to say.
really?
I don't like that team. I'm sorry. So boring.
If
It's not even Spurs
Corver,
boring. Like it's fascinating to watch them. Like the Spurs are a type of boring where it's like the Spurs are like a National Geographic documentary. Sometimes you're in the mood to see them, but they're always informative and you're always at least you can acknowledge that it's interesting, but
maybe I'm
it's
just a
not in the
basketball snob then.
yeah, like to the Hawks, it's like the Hawks are like watching paint dry. It's like, all right, cool. Congrats. all
Oh
your
man,
intermediate players. Oh, great!
Jesus
You're doing your Popovich impression.
Christ!
It's cute.
I think they can get the second round.
I don't think
I
so.
think
Who would they play? They would play the Heat, right?
they would play the Heat first.
That's 6 games right there. I'm sorry.
Ceiling, second round. Anyway, um, Hornets that are surprising everybody.
Hey, I told y'all, man. Y'all better stop.
Yeah, man. I'm eating some crow for this one. They're putting up a lot more offense now, even with Michael Kidd Gilchrist
I
subbing in.
love the Hornets. I love what
I,
they're doing.
I do love some things and other things. I'm just like,
I think this season is Kemba's season. I think Kemba's tired. I think who would they play?
today. Oh,
Yeah,
right now they would play they would play Celtics.
that's a
I don't
tough
think
one because
I don't think they would beat them.
I'm not saying that they would beat them. I'm saying that to me is either way. Um,
I don't
it
agree.
all depends on what Jeremy Lin is gonna do. If he comes out and he balls, I think this is a different series.
I
But
don't.
I would say that Kemba Walker could
Uh,
take Isaiah. I think
well,
that
it's not even. Well, he wouldn't. Isaiah wouldn't be guarding him. It'd be Bradley.
Bradley would be on.
It'd be him. It'd be then Marcus.
Different.
They switch so well on defense.
That's
So it's like
definitely.
that's the thing. Like when we watched them, I watched them play back in the regular season in like the first quarter of it. Like we beat them both times, and
What
I
are
never
Big
felt
Al's
scared.
numbers like this year?
Recently, well,
Yeah.
he's coming off the bench now.
Yeah, I know. Like, what's
And
he
he
doing
didn't
on
he
the
didn't
bench? All pun-
his average.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Oh, hold on. Um,
The reason why I asked this is
they
because
they
this
have
is
him
the
averaging.
what's up?
Good. They have him averaging 12.4 points, 6 rebounds, and 1.4 assists.
And they're doing that without. That's kind of my point here. I think that they would insert him in the starting lineup during the
You
playoffs.
think so? With
Hmm.
all the success they've had with him off the bench?
Yep. All pun intended. I think
Uh,
that they would try to abuse that matchup inside.
maybe they would, but the thing is, like, well, I didn't get the ceiling because Al was out at the time, but I think Sullinger could match up with him fine. But again, um, they have offense, but their defense didn't. Even then, the defense of the Celtics, I saw them contain it. It's like they. I don't think they match up well with the Celtics because of that perimeter defense as well. Because they would turn the Hornets over so many times and got easy transition points too. Like I don't. I wouldn't fear them if we play them in a playoff series.
I don't
I
think
would. I
anyone would fear them. I just think that would be a good series. Everyone's like, oh, okay.
It'd be. You know what? I agree. It probably would be more underrated than people watch it. Be like, oh man, that was
I
more
think that would
competitive than
be.
I thought.
I think that would be the best series of any first round in the East.
Maybe.
I really do because I think that those teams are hungry. Those teams are tired of being the okay. Well, I guess we're gonna have to move on now because no one wants to see these teams. Like, no, I think they're like, no, fuck that. Fuck your Cleveland. Fuck your Miami. We're
Yep.
Charlotte and we're Boston and we're about to show you what good basketball is. And I
Yeah.
think that they have players like Isaiah and players like Kemba who are tired of being overlooked when you talk about point guards. Everyone just circle jerks to Stephen Curry, and all they do is dick ride Russell Westbrook. I think they're tired of that. They're tired of the CP3s. They want their props, whether they're deserving and whether they're worthy of top five consideration is completely in my opinion out of the question. But in their minds, they probably think, yo, I'm a top five point guard and I deserve the respect of one. And I can
Yeah.
respect that over, being, oh, I'm Steph Curry's bitch like most point guards would in the NBA. Fuck that. I want my players in the NBA to have some moxie about them. I think Kemba has it. I think IT has it. I definitely think Bradley has it. And they're tired of being overlooked. So I think that series would indefinitely go down to at least 6 games. because I think the post presence of Al would be inserted in the starting lineup because I don't think the Celtics do very well against very good post players. I think
Uh,
so. They switch very well on the perimeter. So that's where my concerns about Kimba and Jeremy and what's his
and
name
Batum.
and
Batum.
Batum would be in doubt, and that's why I think that Al would be the biggest piece along
Unless
with
he
Cat.
can do what Greg Monroe did when they were off guard. But the thing is, with Olenek back, that actually helps because then it would stretch Jefferson. But anyway, we're getting really in deep.
It's all good.
It'd probably be more. It'd be probably be an underrated series, but it'd probably be really enjoyable.
And let's just
Um,
group these two together. By the way,
Pacers Bulls
Pacers Bulls. Pacers. I have them
second.
second round. Second round, they're going out in 5. I have them going
I
out.
can't disagree.
Wait, so what do you think?
I can't disagree. I
Oh, you
can't.
can't disagree. Yeah, I have them going out in 5. I think there's too many weird pieces. Monte Ellis and Ty Lawson. You might as well mix heroin and
We
cocaine.
don't even see that what
Um,
that looks like yet with it
Like,
being a bench point guard. I
dude,
think it could be good, but
Ty Lawson and Monte Ellis. You might as well just mix Molly and cocaine and just call it a fucking thing.
I don't think they should be on the floor together.
Nah,
But
they
I
shouldn't
think
even be in
Ty
the
Lawson
same
could be
room.
good.
And yeah, like who the hell? Yo, you know what we should do? We should like bring Monte Ellis and Ty Lawson together. Oh, dude, you're a genius, bro. Hey, pass the blunt. Like, no, fuck out of here. Like, no, dude. Like, you don't do that. I have to see what it's like, but
Yeah,
to me, that's a terrible combination of personalities.
yeah. I
And
don't.
I have them second round, 5 games.
Yeah,
Bulls,
yeah.
they might not even make playoffs. So I really don't know what's going on there. I have them first round. I mean, maybe
Jockman. I.
if Jimmy's not healthy.
Well, if he's not healthy, then yeah, obviously.
If Jimmy's healthy, 6 games.
It makes all the difference in the world if Jimmy's healthy, as clearly seen by their defense.
Damn.
Yeah, I'm serious. The stats showed it when they played. What was it? They played the Rockets, and then with Jimmy Butler back, it was such a
Shut
huge
down
difference. Like,
Jockman's
wow.
entire dream.
Um, the Bulls got problems.
I don't like
They have too many big guys, and it's just so clogged. And Fred Hoiberg is. I don't think he's a bad coach, but it's just not
it's not
meshing
taking.
or gelling. It's not gelling well, and maybe it's his first season, and he needs to establish his system more. And there's just a lot of problems. And I think those owners, Foreman or I forgot his Gorman, I can't remember his last name. They should let Powell walk. Like they don't
They shouldn't sign him
need
again.
like you have such young talent on that team just sitting on the bench waiting to play, like a Bobby Portis, like a Doug McDermott who can apparently dunk,
Yeah,
or
Dougie Mc
even
Nick,
even
Dougie
even
Mc
even
dunks like crazy.
what's his name, Etwan Moore or
He's
a
good.
Cameron.
Future
Yeah, like
Sixer.
I thought he was a joke when a season ago, and now all of a sudden it's like, oh, he can do this. Shit, he just needed the opportunity more so. Um, or even a Cameron Barstow. Like you got so many players that don't see minutes, and they wouldn't if your full team was healthy anyway. It's
Yeah,
like
I just like
this.
so many future Sixers on that team, man. It's just sad. Eton Moore is a future. That needs to happen. It's just so amazing seeing them play. Like I just don't understand what the Hoiberg isn't seeing and what the GM isn't seeing. Like, bro,
Eh,
you have
yeah.
to develop your players. And I don't even want to spend any more time with them, but they have to develop the players. I have them first round, 5-6 games. Even if Jimmy's healthy, it's not gonna happen. I'm sorry. Everyone's
I
gonna
got the
get that
same
at
thing with the Pistons. I got the same thing with the Pistons if they make it first round.
same. Same. Actually, no, I had the Pistons going 6 or 7 games with Cleveland.
Oh, they have a better matchup with Cleveland. I
Much better
agree.
matchup. I don't think that
If they're
Cole Drummond.
if they're an 8 seed, then yeah, they're gonna probably give
The
Cleveland a very
Palace in
uncomfortable
playoff time,
matchup.
you have to take that into account. Pals around playoff time will be lit.
Yeah, if it's Pistons versus Cavs, then I say you got some upset potential.
Yeah, because you have Drummond, and I like that kid. Caldwell Pope. That boy can score off the bench for sure.
He's the Detroit version of Avery Bradley.
I love him, and I fucking love Stanley Johnson. Oh my god, I love Stanley Johnson, man.
Hopefully he comes back healthy.
Oh yeah, I love him, man. All right, let's
All
go to the
right.
West,
All right.
and then
Yeah. Everyone else in the Eastern Conference, yeah, y'all done.
yeah, let's go to the West. Let's just make these, fast, and then we can
All
wrap it
right.
up with some Laker talk, and talk about the
Yeah, yeah.
Warriors a little bit, and just call it a day.
All right.
So let's go
Warriors
with the
lock.
Warriors. I'm gonna let it
They're
be
my lock to
known.
win. They're my lock to win the champ again. I don't know what Charles
Warriors.
Barkley is
I
smoking.
have them losing in the Western Conference Finals.
To the Spurs?
Spurs. I think they're a fantastic
Interesting.
team. I just don't believe in sure things. Ever since Cam Newton, I don't believe in sure things. I'm
Well, I don't
done.
even think it's a sure thing. I think it's just a matter of if in that matchup, and I said this to Ken back when that game happened when the Spurs got blown out. It's if who can dictate their pace. That's literally what's gonna
See Papa's
determine
experiment.
those games. Probably.
Watch. These next 3 or 4 games that I think they have against the Spurs, Papa's gonna have so many different types of game plans. He'll be like, all right, let's see if
Well,
we
here's
run
the other
three
thing. He's
up.
stocking up. He's got Andre Miller and Kevin Martin on his bench waiting. Like
Here's the thing, though.
there's some.
We have to watch. Be very vigilant of this, people. I'm telling you, you're gonna hear it here first.
We're probably gonna do some episodes about these matchups with the Spurs Warriors because it's gonna be interesting to see.
These next
It'll be a different Spurs team that played them
Yeah, these
than
next
before.
games are going to be different game plans. It's not going to be the same stuff. He's going to try little things. You're going to see if he can put Kawhi on Clay, and that'll affect Steph. He's going to see if he can put Andre Miller
Simmons.
on, or Simmons on Steph, because Simmons is more athletic than Kawhi is. He's going to see if I try to just pound the rock inside with Timmy and Aldridge, is that going to work? Is that going to disrupt their full offense? He's going to try all those things, those 3 or 4 games that they have. Warriors, I have them losing in the 7th game in the Western Conference Finals to the Spurs. They're a fantastic team. They're probably going to get their record. If not, they're going to go 71-11. Which is hilarious if they did. I love
Oh
the team.
God!
I love Steph.
The fact
Clay
those two
is
teams could push
Clay.
70 wins.
Clay is a great player. I love
Ken
Clay.
still doesn't think he's top 5.
And sometimes I'm on that same bandwagon. I'm not even gonna lie. But then there's some days I'm like, you know what, he is. Look, we're definitely out of line.
He just needs the more opportunity.
He just
He's
needs
just
to be
on a team.
consistent for me, man. He needs to be more. Some nights he'll go for 27, and the next night he'll just
Because
look
it's
like
just the way
shit
that
from three.
offense goes. Like it's not. They don't need him to do that every night. That's the thing. Like
That's true. That's very true.
the way their system works. Like you got Steph shooting what
That
six
is-
threes at averaging a game,
That's true.
and Draymond's literally putting up double doubles without scoring any points.
Yes, sir. So what you
So like
think?
it's like. I don't disagree. Like it could very well happen that the Spurs beat them. I'm not going to count it out by any means, but I still think they are the favorite to win it again. And I love watching them, and I also love watching the Spurs, and that's why I said I really think the finals, the real NBA finals, will be that Western Conference Finals matchup.
Yeah, because I
It's the
think
best
any
two teams.
team that comes out I'm gonna let it be known right now. I think a Miami Warriors series will be closer than a Miami Cleveland series.
They did give them a good fight.
Because Whiteside, people don't understand, and I hate going back to conference, but I'm gonna just make this quick point. Whiteside is such a force defensively. He's such a force on the boards, and he has an attitude about him. He doesn't give a fuck. That's what I like about him.
But the problem is that perimeter shooting when he gets thrown
That's
out.
the only thing.
Yeah, because that happened to him when he blocked Draymond's shot and then Steph
took-
got it and just literally shot the 3.
It took 2 clutch baskets from Steph Curry for the Warriors to beat the Heat in Miami. I think that series will be a lot closer. I'm not saying that he will win.
But it'll be a lot more interesting.
A lot closer. So yeah,
All right, Thunder.
Warriors losing.
Thunder. Billy Donovan got to go.
Not yet. Have to see what's going on next year. I hope Katie leaves this offseason. He's definitely not. He's going to re-sign for a year and see what
I don't
Westbrook
know.
does.
Shout out to Nate Jones on the NBA for saying that he should really consider the Celtics and that he has everything that Katie would want.
You know what?
I don't know.
If if KD was
If
real,
go to the East.
if KD was a real one, KD was a real one. He would say, all right, fuck it, I'm out. I'm going to Boston. They have a rich history. They have a top five coach in the NBA. They have
They're on the
uh
upside.
they have assets. They have young talent coming in, and they have the ability to bring in veteran talent through the cap. They're in a position
Yep.
to give me everything I need. They're in a position to satisfy me with everything I want. Also, that's major.
All the effort too.
And they have the highest offer for me outside
Anyway,
of the Lakers and the Sixers. So, what needs to happen is he needs to go to the East. He needs to go to either Washington, Miami, or I definitely wouldn't mind Boston.
yeah, but I think if they don't if they don't get past the second round again, obviously you'll hear more of these quote unquote rumors about him leaving. Also,
I think he's just doing too much running around and trying to put out these little like fires, man. KD's
their
going on every
defense
time
is
he
just
sees a
not.
rumor. Oh no, that's not true. That's not true. I don't like that. That to me that's a bad sign for Thunder fans. If KD was really not about to leave or anything, KD would be like, those rumors, man. Let y'all can let them talk. Y'all know I'm here.
Well, it's tough when you have those losses. Those what was that loss streak, like three in a row? After those Warriors losses, it was and the Clippers lost too. That wasn't good. They beat the Clippers, by the way, 120-108. So their defense still doesn't seem much better. But again, they're a glass cannon, and I think with this Western Conference, sure they can compete, but
Yes,
I
indeed.
can't. I can't. I really have a tough time seeing them get to the finals over the Spurs or the Warriors. I really do. I
Who's
don't.
the Thunder?
The Thunder. Yeah, I don't. I don't. I can't.
Me neither.
Whether it be the defense from the Spurs shutting their offense down or the Warriors just out shooting them in the clutch,
I think
I
Kawhi
can't see
Leonard
it.
would take it as a personal challenge to keep Kevin Durant under 30 points every game.
Or Westbrook.
Yeah, I think I think Kevin Martin is going to do wonders for that team. I think people are underestimating the Andre Miller
He'll have
Kevin
a
Martin.
niche. He'll have a niche. All
Yeah,
right, Clippers.
Boban
Clippers
too.
second round. Clippers second round.
Clippers. I have
You
them
think Jeff
losing
Green's
one
gonna push him
game.
over the hump?
I have them losing one game before the Western Conference Finals,
Yeah.
which is sad. But I just love the Clippers so much.
They can't.
I just love Chris Paul, man. You know what I'm saying? Chris Paul is probably my favorite point guard in the league besides Kyrie.
If
And
they were in the East, they'd probably be.
they probably be the team to beat.
Yeah.
They might be the team to beat. They might be
Yeah.
Cleveland, like or at least Miami. They would at least be the. Well, I'm gonna say that's so insulting. It would at least be the Raptors,
Yeah. If not better.
definitely.
Oh God, that's right. Grizzlies got blown out today.
First
They have
round.
so many injuries. Oh.
The Grizzlies are in the top 8. Oh my God, they
Well,
suck.
because they. Well, here's the thing, dude. The Goon Squad is real. I kid you not. After Marc Gasol went down, I didn't realize they went on a huge winning streak. They've been playing better without Marc Gasol.
Which is why I said they should have traded them to Cleveland.
Yeah.
Ain't nobody hear me though.
Nope.
Y'all ain't really hear.
Nobody listens to Couch God
Y'all
GM.
bullshitting.
Real
Y'all gonna
Couch
hear me.
God.
Y'all gonna hear me one day. Y'all gonna hear me.
Oh
Through
shit!
Grizzlies first round 6 games.
Yo, Trailblazers are the 6th seed now.
Yeah, yes they are.
I thought they were still on the 8th seed. I didn't realize they passed the
Harry Styles
Mavs.
is a fucking great coach right now.
Yes, he is.
I thought he was just an interim coach. I thought he was just a guy that you
No,
bring
no,
in so you get yourself
no.
Phil Jackson. No, this guy's the real deal now.
Yeah, that's an underrated team for sure. I like them a lot.
I love them. I
Um,
wanted TJ McCollum. I wanted the Sixers to trade Okafor for him. value him that high. I think he has the potential to be
Not no more.
oh man, fuck out of here.
Dame says no. Um,
Dame said ain't no trade, bitch.
they sleep. 7 seed Mavs. Actually, wait, I didn't even say Trailblazers. I think they could push for the second round.
Who's the Trailblazers?
For ceiling, yeah.
Trailblazers, who would they play if they were playing the first round?
First round is Thunder.
Damn, that's really heavy.
That's a good series.
I wouldn't put it out of the. Oh man,
That's a good series.
Russell Westbrook.
But Dame got that chip on his shoulder, like, ooh.
All right, who's Deion Waiters guarding CJ?
That shouldn't even count. That's like playing 5-on-4.
That's a mismatch on defense. Who we got on the inside? We got Plumlee and Davis.
Davis comes off the bench.
Or is it Myers?
No. Their starting lineup is Lillard, McCollum, Al-Farouq Aminu as a small forward. Power forward starts is Vonleh, but then he doesn't get. I don't think he plays crunch time minutes.
Yeah.
Plumlee plays center, but Davis plays off the bench. So does Myers Leonard. They could put mismatches like that. Terry Stotts thinks similarly to like how Brad does certain things with the matchups. They could give the Thunder a run. I think their ceiling though is still a second round.
I think 6 games with the Thunder at max.
That'd be a good series.
I think it would be a great series though. That'd definitely be great. I think Katie and them pull away late in the series though. Mavericks.
Oh God.
Mavs.
Gone. Not even first round exit. No, done.
Who
gone.
Did they play?
Did you Spurs?
7 games.
Did you see that game when they got blown up by like 50 points?
Yeah, I saw it, but I would say 7 games. I don't know what it is that makes me say 7 games. I just love Carlisle, Popovich.
I don't think that team could. Even with David Lee.
I have no basis for that. I just think that Carlisle would take it as a personal Texas Hold'em type shit, where he always does. He does not like to let Pop steamroll him.
But it's not that same Mavericks team that gave the Spurs a run so many years ago. This is like,
yeah. They have Premier back.
I can't.
I mean,
I
all
can't.
right. So last team, the Houston Rockets.
Oh my God! They actually have a 2.5 game lead over the Jazz.
First round.
Yeah.
Who would they play? The Warriors? Oh, done. Get out. Sign your death warrant. It's over.
Yeah.
It's over. No.
God, it must suck being a Houston fan.
Brian, we're not even going to discuss it. It's over. That's 4 games.
Do they try?
Bruh, they almost lost to the Sixers tonight. They let the Sixers come down from 17.
James Harden. D.
Come on, dude.
No D.
You got Dwight taking prom pictures on his damn iPad. Nah, dude, it's over. No, 4 games. Let's not. All right. Next topic. Let's close this out. Closing thoughts for everybody. We have 2 topics for closing thoughts. Just very quickly, we're going to talk about the Lakers and we're going to talk about the Warriors and what they represent. So let me ask you the question about the Lakers. I'm not even gonna really talk about them for real. My opinion is the Lakers have found a groove, not in the way that they're going to start winning games, but they found a groove in which their lineups are starting to make actual NBA sense. If that makes any sense, it's crazy, right? The concept of this
Kobe
Lakers
not
team,
playing helps.
Kobe's not playing. It helps a lot. Unless D'Angelo has flourished these last couple of weeks. He's looking way more comfortable. He's looking more free. Julius is looking free. Jordan Clarkson is going to get a max deal or close to a max deal this summer, just off his potential alone.
Wow.
I think he's going to get a max deal. I think he's going to get $60 million this year.
I think he'll get a nice extension, but damn.
I think he's going to get a max deal. because I love him. I fucking
I
love
love him too.
him.
I thought he was going to be the point guard before Russell came
But
along.
now I like him as a two guard. He has a 2 guard body. Can shoot.
He can do it.
Crossover is deadly now. I'm seeing that. I just realized that. So I like them, but they're starting to make sense now. And let's revisit. Trust the process or don't trust the process. And I'm gonna ask you, Ryan. Seeing what they could be. Let's say they add a Ben Simmons. Are you trusting this process?
Byron Scott. Yo, there's a actually let me just divert for a second though. Like Jeannie Buss did a podcast. I don't remember if it was Washington Post or whoever it was. I can't remember who she did it with. But there's a podcast with Jeannie Buss discussing what's been going on this season and how she has literally not only talked to Byron Scott like 2 or 3 times this season. And that's so different from how she did things with Phil.
See, if you ain't trying to talk about it, you ain't trying to talk.
I didn't even know that they were like engaged. I didn't even realize that, and then I saw that. I thought Jeannie Buss and Phil Jackson, they're fiancés.
Who?
Jeannie Buss and Phil Jackson.
Jeannie is engaged to Phil Jackson?
They are fiancés.
Get the fuck out of here.
I had to do a double take. I thought it was a joke when I read the writing. I'm like, oh, are they joking around like, Phil and the Lakers and all that? But then when I looked it up, I'm like, oh, shit.
Get the fuck out of here. No.
Go Google it. I shit you not.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Can't get enough of that purple and gold, bruh. Oh, wait.
That's fucking gross. Kobe is so uncomfortable in this picture I'm looking at. I love you, Phil, but that is gross, dude. Oh.
Okay. All right. Anyway.
Go ahead.
Anyway, if Byron Scott is still there next year,
Disgusting.
He's gonna probably claim that his tough love worked with D'Angelo, which I don't like.
Go ahead. I'm sorry. I'm so fucked up. I'm fucked up off. That's disgusting. That is gross.
It threw me for a loop.
What the hell? She's like 30. She's like 41.
Wait, what? I thought she was older than that.
No, hold on. Let me look at what you're talking about. But keep on. I'm gonna let you know. Okay, all right, she's 50. All right, she's 54. Okay. But Phil's like fucking 71.
Yeah, he's like pushing 70. Yeah.
54.
Some championships, bro. It's those
70. Come on.
It's those.
Go ahead,
It's those 5 championships.
Go ahead.
Okay. If they got Ben Simmons, then
you gotta take him serious.
no, I don't, because then I have to agree with Charles Barkley.
He said no, I don't.
No, because it's Byron Scott. He would make Ben Simmons hate him. What you see in LSU when he checks out of games, when he's playing bad with the high turnovers, you will see that Ben Simmons on that Lakers team, I think. With this whole tough love bullshit.
Interesting.
You will see him detest this tough love bullshit. Oh, he doesn't know the playbook. What do you mean? You bench me or whatever bullshit he'll pull.
D'Angelo's like, what fucking playbook you talking about? You don't run.
I don't know what to do. I'm a basketball player. I don't know what to do. I can't ask for advice. I can't. If he goes to the Lakers, man, it's gonna be a major what if scenario, I think. And Charles Barkley will be able.
My pants if it happens. I'm gonna be so mad that he's not a Sixer, but it is what it is.
Charles Barkley will literally be see, I told y'all he should have been in college for 2 years before he came to the NBA.
Yeah, Charles is on that bullshit, but I'm feeling a little trust the process here about them. If D'Angelo was the real deal, which he looks like he's the real deal to me.
He does. It's just.
Yeah, I was wrong.
Way to wake up, Byron Scott. I mean, Christ. if Jimba should be gone, he should be gone by next year. Obviously, I think. I don't know. Jeannie said something in that podcast, something about it. I think about that situation. I don't remember the words, but if Byron Scott is not fired and he's there for another year, and if they got a Ben Simmons or a Brandon Ingram, it's not gonna be fun for either one.
Man. But they live in LA, so I think they'll be alright.
They'll kind of be all right, but it's not going to be a fun culture. I think
it's definitely not going to be a fun culture. But
like at least you had Kobe this year, so you could at least like get some actual knowledge and learn how to improve in certain spots.
I don't think Kobe's
at least you could.
Away, though. Kobe's going to be right on that bench next year, man. That's why I think it's about to happen.
That'd be nice if he did, but we'll see.
But, all right, so that's thoughts on the Lakers. Real quick, let's just get real. Let's just wrap this up. All right, we saw the Warriors games against the Thunder. We saw Steph Curry, and
we saw Stephen Curry break video games.
I just want to ask you, because Skip Bayless is completely out of line to me when he says this.
Oh, what'd he say now?
Skip says that Steph is having the best season ever. And
offensively?
He's having the best season all around. And I think this is way too premature. I think that if you don't win the finals, then you look dumb doing all this and getting nowhere.
Then it becomes a Peyton Manning.
Oh, congratulations, but you didn't win anything. So I'm going to ask you this. Does that statement, is that entirely contingent on if he wins the finals?
If he has the greatest season ever?
Yeah. Because the greatest season ever to me is 72-10. And you get the finals win.
Okay, let me ask this. Is he saying he's having the best individual player season?
He's having the best individual player season.
I think that's a different argument than, like, I don't know off the top of my head who holds that record, but I mean, I'm sure you could throw out Oscar Robertson's averaging triple-double or MJ's season with the 96 Bulls. I don't know the stat line off the top of my head, but if I had to put a qualifier, you could say for sure it's the best offensive, no doubt.
It's definitely the greatest three-point shooting that we've ever seen, ever.
Yeah, because he's setting the next record as we speak, because he's over 300 threes now, with still like less than 20 games to go.
I think he's the best scorer in the NBA, man. It's just, to me, it's not even close.
Scorer?
Because here's what people say. Kevin Durant.
Yeah.
Kevin Durant is the greatest scorer. Bro, when he comes past half court, he's there. Yeah. He can shoot it. So people
he's a better perimeter threat, yeah.
People always he's a shooter. Well, he's scoring when he shoots, so he's a.
You also see him split defenders and get the layups.
I've seen him split defenders, get the layup. I've seen him take people to the rack.
Yeah, so, and he knows when to release it for the floater, too.
Exactly. The only thing he doesn't have is a turnaround jumper, and he's probably going to develop that soon.
I think he kind of does already.
He does.
But it's usually for a three. It's usually for a three.
Sometimes, but he's not trying to be like Kobe and bang down low for a second.
No. He's not trying to pivot off it. He does it off a dribble.
He's definitely going to be like that. So, I'd say we have to pump the brakes on greatest season ever. Just got to see where it's at.
Individually, yeah. If we're talking offensive, then I say yes. If we're saying overall, let's hold on.
Yeah, let's just hold on there. All right, well,
but
the home
stretch.
Special.
It's special, and enjoy what they're doing, because games like the damn Thunder game, like when you see a shot made like that, when you literally break the internet and make me kick my shoes off and run around my house, like screaming, holding my head, like wow.
He has those Vine moments where it's just ridiculous.
He does. It's just bang, bang.
It's just ridiculous. Yeah, man. I think this is a good ending point. This has been Off the Bench episode 6, the home stretch race for the playoffs. We got into some nice discussion about each of the top 8 teams in each conference. A little smidgen of Laker and Warrior talk here at the end. Make sure to follow me on Twitter at QGotNoRings, QGOTNO. Rings, aka the six man of Dead End Sports. Make sure to follow Ryan. You want to give him that Twitter handle?
At RLS003, and make sure to follow Off the Bench at OFFTHABENCH, and make sure to follow Dead End Sports on all social medias at Dead End Sports. And make sure to subscribe to the show on YouTube every Tuesday, 9 p.m. I know I haven't been I need to catch up because I've been too busy in these politics.
Yeah, man, definitely. We're definitely going to get into that, and maybe another project. We're going to work on that. Maybe get to see what's going on there. But
okay.
Anyway, has been episode 6. Thank you for listening. Thank you for taking the time out of your day to listen to our drivel. And congratulations, you've just been played off the bench.
See ya.